Good morning, friends. Today we are dealing with a new poem, The House of My Childhood by Dilip Chithre. Let's start the poem. The house of my childhood stood empty on a grey hill, all its furniture gone, except my grandmother's grindstone and the brass figurines of her gods. Friends, this poem is almost nostalgic. The poet visits his grandmother's house and he recollects the memories of his grandmother. The house of my childhood stood empty. Now that house is empty, desolated, none lives there on a grey hill. So, the old house situated on a grey hill. The color grey is always used to denote old age, desolated things, or it is furniture grown. Once the house was decorated and it is full of furniture. Now everything is gone except my grandmother's grindstone and the brass figurines of her gods. Only two things remains there in that old house. One is the grindstone where she used to prepare food, food ingredients. And this shows she is very much bothered about cooking and caring for her children and the brass figurines of her gods. She was religious. She used to worship gods. That is, she used to collect the images of gods in brass figurines. After the death of all birds, bird cries still fill the mind. So now, when the poet visits that home, what he feels, once that place were full of birds, he can hear the songs of birds. Now everything is gone. After the death of all birds, bird cries still fill the mind. Only in his mind he can feel the cries of the birds that he once experienced. After the city's erasure, a blur still peoples the air. So, when the city eraser, everything erases, everything fades, a blur still peoples the air. Still, there is a blur, there is an unclear feeling of people in that air, in the colorless crack that comes before morning. So there is a colorless crack. This is an see, we can see alliteration here, colorless crack that comes before morning. So in the early morning, in the dawn, you can feel there's a crack, colorless crack in the sky. In a place where nobody can sing, words distribute their silence among intricately clustered glyphs. So, this is a place where nobody can sing, words distribute their silence. Actually, what is words? Words is intended to talk or intended to communicate. Now, what happens here? Words only distribute their silence. So that old house is so silent and none is there to articulate any word. So the memory comes to him. What is that? It was once full of people, and it was there was a grandmother. She used to cook food. She used to worship, and that home once was with full of sounds, communication, and relationship, love. Now there is an utter silence. And what is that silence? Silence among intricately clustered glimpses. So, what is glimpse? That is sign of sounds. So, in very intricately clustered glimpse, very complicatedly clustered, gathered words, signs of words. So, even among the signs of words, there is a silence. My grandmother's voice shivers on a bare branch. So, whenever he looks around the old house, he can feel the sound of his grandmother on the bare branches of the trees. Why that branches were bare? Because there is no birds to sing. It is full of, just like the old house, that trees are also bare, isolated, and with full of silence. I toddle around the empty house. Spring and summer are both gone. So, what is toddling? Just like an infant, a baby walks, trying to walk. I toddle. So, he's with full of nostalgia. He wants to move into the house. He's wandering in each rooms, and he says that I'm just like toddling around the empty house. Spring and summer are both gone. Everything, all his feelings about that old house has gone, leaving an elderly infant to explore the rooms of age. So, what is left there? Leaving an elderly infant. Who is an elderly infant here? The poet himself. This is an example for oxymoron. Elderly, same time, it is grown up. Infant, baby. So, elderly infant to opposite ideas put together. Elderly infant to explore the rooms of age. So everything has gone. The birds has gone, grandmother has gone, what the words that murmured around the home, everything has gone, furniture has gone. Now only this man, this poet, he compares himself to an elderly infant. He is now to explore the rooms of age. So he feels it is the rooms of age. Each room can talk about an age, about his childhood, and now he is intended to explore each room to recollect his memories. So, that is all about the poem. Thank you.